because I needed to know where I was, because I was getting all confused. I haven't sewn it together. I just wanted to kind of figure out that I knew where I was up to, so I just put some of these bits together. So I've slotted them in sort of like, you know, opposite sides, so I know where I am. It's not quite the same as my other one, but it's not all that far off. So what I need to do is the back cover and the front cover tonight, and then we can sew it together. So I've got my back cover and my front cover. Now I'm not quite sure what to do with this front cover, because evening Jane, I don't think he cares. I'll listen. He's an idiot.
Who is?
The guy that hit you. I presume that's who she means, but I could be wrong.
I cannot repeat what I think.
No. I fussy cut out lots of little flowers, but I'm not quite sure that that's going to do the trick in this one, because the only flowers are kind of different. So I'm not quite sure. I did think I could sort of just cut out like a border and then just sew it on, which I might do. Let's just see. Actually, I might well do that. How big's this? 5 by 5. Or I could punch some out. What have I got left? Bees. Yeah, there's not a lot of options really. Where have I put it now? Oh, there it is. Oh, I might do that. Right. Okay, so I'm just going to cut this down to 5 by 5.
27 minutes.
Oh, thank you for that, dear. That's very helpful. Actually, I might even do it a bit less, for interest's sake. And then, if I grab some scissors, so if I put that on there like that, and then cut round some of these circles. Evening, Sally. Yeah, and just make it a bit interesting, I suppose. Just make myself some leeway. Just cut. I'll go back and tidy that up in a bit. This feels really weird. What am I doing wrong? There's something not right here. I don't know.
After some help with a 4 orchard flouting spine match.
Oh,
cutting guide.
Oh yes, I know. I saw your message. Yes, I'll put that in the post to you, Celia. I did see your message. Sorry, I meant to reply. It's been a bit of an interesting couple of days. I keep getting sidetracked with stuff. Oh, and all of you who are expecting your flipping recipe book parcels by DPD, thanks to modern technology, they're now coming the post office. I give up. I just give up. I've had as many problems with this delivery as I have with the Christmas book one. So I think I'm just going to have to use Royal Mail.
I need to sort that out.
They do. The app just doesn't...
If it's more than one parcel.
If it's more than one parcel, it just doesn't want to know. And you spend hours inputting everybody's details and then it chooses to lose them, which is a little bit frustrating, to put it mildly. Well, it did crash. So I give up. They're all going to the post office. Right. Okay. So I reckon if I put that on there, like that, I'll just pop a little bit of glue on just so it does kind of stick in one place. I have a cunning plan for this. I know it doesn't look like much at the moment. Right. Have you seen what Mark's done to my sewing machine? It's now not a mouse. Right. Yeah, I know, that was Ellie's suggestion last week. A little bit of advertising that I missed. If anybody wants to buy advertising space for the top of my sewing machine, I'm sure we can come to an arrangement. Very cheap rates.
Mates rates, in fact.
Mates rates, yeah.
Michelle Winston has asked what the pick is on the mouse.
It says it's not a mouse, because I got confused at the end of last week's class.
It's the foot pedal.
It's the foot pedal for my sewing machine, but I thought it was the mouse, and I kept trying to use it as the mouse, and it wasn't the mouse. It was the foot pedal. So Mark thought he'd be funny, and we have to encourage him, don't we?
Yeah.
Right, so let's tie these off. Oh, I've got stuff attached to me. Apparently. I know.
Just got back.
What have you missed? Not a lot. I'm just trying to do something different with the front of mine, because what I did on the last one, I can't do the same. I've got lots of photos here I could put on the front, and I was looking.
Alexa in the dining room.
Yeah, strange thing. Mark's just come upstairs, and Alexa, oh, I shouldn't say that because she'll turn on, in our dining room, which she lives in a world of her own, doesn't she, anyway?
Yeah.
She decided that it would be a really good idea to start playing Silent Night. I don't really know what that was all about. I'm just playing here, by the way. I haven't got a clue what I'm doing.
Yes. So.
Yeah, that's your side, isn't it?
Yeah. It's my video stuff.
I've lost my thing that cuts stuff. Trimmer. Right, I'll fiddle with that in a minute. Let's just sew around this. Oh, glue stuck as usual.
Okay.
Oh, we need to make some little pockets to go inside, like a little envelope I noticed as well we hadn't made. So I'll just quickly sew around this
So.
using my mouse.
The car's been written off.
Oh no! What's going on with everybody's cars?
I started a tree.
Yeah, oh dear. Not a good one either.
No.
Right, let's just trim that down. Right, so I've got my front cover. I could pop that on there, and I could pop those on there. Don't like it. No like it. That's what Rachel used to say when she was little, wasn't it? No like it.
No like it.
What photos have I got? That one. It's ace. Oh, I don't know. This just isn't doing it for me anyway. I do it. I'm going to have to come back to that. So what I need to do is have a think, because this is going to attach to that. So we're not going to see that back bit. It doesn't matter. But we're going to have to attach something to this. So what have I got?
It was just entered. He's had a vaccination day.
Oh, have you been vaccinated? Let's just see what I've used and what I haven't used. Nope, can use that one. Right, so what I'm going to do with this one, because I don't know what to do with the front, I'm just going to attach this to my outside cover. It's vaguely straight. And I'm just going to sew that straight down.
Dee, I swear, do you get all those little cards?
Well, these ones were actually Kaisercraft ones that I've had ever such a long time. But you can get them, they're like Project Life cards. Now I know Becky Higgins isn't making Project Life anymore in terms of physical product, although I gather that she's bringing out albums again, which is great news. So you can find them online really good and really cheap, especially if you kind of troll Facebook for, you know, like secondhand scrapbooking groups and stuff. You also get a lot of them in like paper packs that you buy. So like the cut aparts that you buy, you know, in your paper packs that you get. I'm trying to think. Here, let me give you an example. This is what the papers that I'm using in the Crafting Together with All Brands thing, our next class. But you know, things like these cut aparts, you know, you can use things like that as well. But Kaisercraft, and you probably get them dead cheap if you go on eBay or something like that. There's always scrapbookers who have got hundreds of these darn things. And they're always wanting to sell them because we've got so many thousands of them. So there's loads of places you can get them. So either look for Project Life cards, or Kaisercraft do them as well. I'm not sure about other brands. I'm trying to think. They do them as standalone products. Don't know. But these ones were Kaisercraft. Right, for now, that might be beautifully straight. I might just go over that again, actually, to make it look like it was meant not to be straight in the first place.
David says he managed to find some in Home Sense. They were far.
Home Sense, that's the TK Maxx place, isn't it? Yeah, you can, sometimes you get some great scrapbookies type stuff there. Although I've noticed, I mean, I haven't been in for ages, but I've noticed less and less of it. But it used to be really, really good for getting some scrapbooky stuff. Oh, typical. I've sewn that in. Right, I'm just going to sew that to make it look less crooked. Like I always meant it to be like that, which of course I did.
A chunky hand.
Oh, the foot changey thing, putty downy thing is in a different place on this machine, and it confuses me every time. There you go. It proves my point. There's no such thing as a mistake. It's just an opportunity to embellish. Now it looks vaguely straight. Hey, has anybody seen in the group? We've got 2,500 members.
We have.
Chuffed to bits with that. Thank you all so much.
It's as though people like this crafting.
I know, who knew? Right, okay, so now I can put my book together. So let me show you what I've done. Ha ha. So that, we've got these bits, as you know, that fold over. So I've got my, this is my outside page, which I haven't done anything with yet because I can't decide what I'm going to do. And that was the flap that we folded. So now this is my back page, which is going to slip on there with that fold pointing towards the front of the book. Okay. Then we've got to put the page facing the other way. So the fold, you see how that fold faces that way? This fold is going to face the opposite way. And then the next one, well, that hasn't got anything on it either. I wonder if that's meant to have something. I'll have to have a look at that. Oh, no, there's that one. Oh, well, we can always add to that. So they're going opposite ways round, if you can see. Okay.
Sonny says, well, that's because you're both fab.
Well, yeah, something like that. I think people just like to laugh at the disaster that is our life generally.
Yes, it's like a reality TV show.
It is like a reality TV show. So that's the book put together. I mean, this is going to eventually, when we've added it together, we're going to put some glue on there. But I'm just worried about these bits that I've found here that I haven't added anything to. Kind of wish I had now. Don't know whether to do that quickly or not.
You can do it medium paste if you want.
Can I?
Yeah. No rush.
I don't like leaving them without something on because I like the way it looks. So it's those two. Right. I need to add something to them. Oh, I know what I did. One of them I made a little pocket, didn't I? Oh, now I've got no cutter parts anymore. Right, let me find some paper. I'm going to make this one into a little pocket. So,
Sue just said Wendy must be making more cake than Mr. Kipling.
well, yeah. She just seemed to always be baking cakes.
I know. That's funny.
Right, so you can either use two cutter parts for this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to sew these together on 3 sides so that I can pop something in the top there. So if I sew these together on 2 and then slot it on like that and sew that, I'm going to have a little pocket that I can add things into. So let's just round those corners. Right, now I'm just going to pause it there because I want to slot this in and kind of sew it at the same time. So I'm going to just leave my needle in, but open up that bit there like that. And then hopefully, if I just move my needle forward, that'll then catch the page and will allow me to attach it straight away. Probably not very straight, but you know, that's art. Okay, so what I've got here is a little pocket that I can put a tag in a minute, which we will make. Okay, and what should we put on this one? Decisions. I've got a lot of stuff left. Oh no.
Have you shared the Valentine's book yet?
No, but I can show you. I'm hopefully going to do it tomorrow night in class if it's finished. But it's 8 1/4 by 8 inches, and I'll give you a bit of a sneak peek. But inside, you said you wanted a pop-up book, which it is in places. Quick sneak peek, and then few interesting closures as well. So it's coming on, it's nearly there. I'll hopefully have it done for you for tomorrow night.
Yeah, your camera keeps ringing.
Well, that's because I keep hitting it.
Oh.
So yeah, it's coming. It's nearly done. I think I'm just going to put those on, just 2 on their own, just for fun, just like that. Just don't want to have pages with nothing on. I've just put that glue in the wrong place. Oh no, I haven't. I'm not quite as much of an idiot as I think I am. That's good, isn't it?
Yes.
Right, let's just glue that. Glue it, sew it is what I mean. Oh, this is going to be easier said than done.
Sure, you're not going to just wipe the centre on it. I think it keeps focusing on something, zooming. Oh, yes. And so what's going on there? It was my thumb. Oh,
made a right pig's ear of that now.
It's still doing it.
It's probably not helped by the sewing machine, which I'm going to get out of the way now.
Yeah, it keeps focusing on the sewing machine.
So if I push the sewing machine out of the way, let's see what happens.
I'm still doing it.
Is it?
I didn't get a plate.
Alright. Oh, squish that. Right, so now I've got something on every side. So I don't know what to call this bit, this tabby bit that goes in between the pages. So where was I? Right, so now I'm going to put my book together. So what have I got to do? I'm going to put it so, oh, I can't remember how I had it now. Where's my front page? Right, front page, back page, and this main fold there, that's where it's going together, okay? And it's really important that we get these in right. So that's going to go there. So once again, it folds in the middle. Then that one's going to go there.
Can I give you a what's it to wipe?
You do that, dear. You wipe my thing.
It's resumed. You're all right.
Right, are you back? Now it's moving because it's moving. Right, okay. So now what I'm doing is I'm just adding these pages in so that they go in where this tab at the sides in opposite directions, okay? So now I've got them all in with my fold right in the middle. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a couple of big clips and I'm going to just clip this book to keep it in one place. Is it?
Yeah. Not as much.
Right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to make holes in my book. So I'm going to get my pokey tool, which is covered in glue. Actually, I'll get my pokey tool out of here.
Can I get my pokey tool in?
And I'm going to measure where I'm going to put some holes all the way through. So let me just move this out a minute. I'm going to put a mark.
What?
I mean, I'm going to make a hole. Put a mark. I might as well do it straight away. I'm going to make a hole all the way through all of these pages on that centre fold line every half an inch. So I'm taking my pokey tool and I'm making a hole all the way through. Mind your fingers, you can see all the way through.
I'm not watching.
Okay? And I'm going to do that every half an inch. So I think if I just make a mark where I want these holes first, on that middle fold line, I can then make sure, go back and make sure that I've gone all the way through with my pokey tool, okay? Take care of your fingers, please. Very important. But make sure that this hole is on the middle fold line.
Keeps zooming again.
It's probably because I'm moving paper around. Okay, so I don't know how well you can see, but I've made a hole every half an inch all the way through that middle line and comes out that side. So now what I need to do is find my thread, which I have absolutely no idea where it is.
You don't know where thread is?
And I'm going to use quite a big bookbinding needle. Now, I don't usually like to advertise when I'm doing classes, but I'm going to. This is one of my little book binding kits, and in it you get some wax thread, a couple of bone folders, a load of proper book binding needles, and a pokey tool. They are on the website. Mark will go and get you the link, but I'm just going to go and find my thread because I have a horrible feeling that I might well have thrown it away, the bit that I was using. So I'm just going to go and grab some more.
There you go. Better out than him.
Right, so I've got just some embroidery thread. And what I did was I'm using black because I've used black thread in my book. I did try it originally with another colour and I didn't like it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some ordinary typical embroidery cotton. Not those bits. This is just the bog standard embroidery thread that you get, you know, at the craft store. And it comes apart, of course, into, you know, various strands, which is why it's nice to use for this. But I'm also going to pair it, if I can untangle it, which is doubtful. Oh. With some thread that I've got that's just, it's kind of like a one strand, it's more like a twine, but I just like the two different textures together. And I'm just going to cut a length of those two pieces together. And I'm going to thread my needle, which I've now lost. Oh, it's in the middle of my book. This is the tricky bit.
Tricky stitching.
Luckily, these needles have quite big eyes. Okay, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to attach all of these pages together. So I'm going to go in backwards because I'm going in from the back here. And I'm going to pull that through. And I'm going to leave a tail. And I'm going to put this through the next hole. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to tie those in a knot now.
Well, a bit later then.
Like that, eh?
You said not now.
No, and I'm going to cut that with a bit of an end to it. Okay, and I'm going to go back and I'm going to do each of them in exactly the same way so that we've got this nice kind of shaggy outline. So I'm going to go in from that side, and if you go in this way, it makes it a whole lot easier to get it out because you've got to get it out the same hole. So I'm going to leave a tail, and then I'm popping it in that way, taking it out like that. Tie a knot or double knot. And there we go, there's another one. You can leave those, you know, bits as long as, or as short as you like. So make sure I leave the legs in through that one.
We've got a tongue sticking out there.
I haven't at the moment, but I did have.
I thought I heard it.
Right, so tie that. And just keep going. Until I've tied all of these together.
Everyone's gone quiet.
I know, me too. Okay. Right, now I've lost my thread. Oh, nearly there. Right, let's carry on with this. So what you're getting on the outside is this nice shaggy edge. And on the inside, you've got these nice tidy stitches. And knots. Okay, nearly there. 2 more to go.
Melody Williams-LeBon, I made it.
Brilliant. Hello, Melody. Hope everything's all right with you. Right, nearly done. I mean, you can just stitch this. You don't have to tie it off every time. I just wanted that sort of shaggy edge to it, which, you know, went with the way that I kind of cut off the bits of thread. So, last one. Oh no, I've lost my end. To do do that one again. I don't know what's going on here. Hello, Martha.
Martha's Marthy.
Oh, there we go.
I think I might have brought one on next time.
Oh dear.
Just a bit disgruntled.
Well, this last one's causing me a right load of grief. Right, okay. So, if I take those off now, I'm going to put a little bit of glue here. Just to attach that to the back of the book. Far too much glue. That sounds like Martha's jumping up. Heaven help us if she does.
That's not really rude to do with it.
I'm just going to glue that down onto the back. Right, so here's my book and it's all together in one piece now. So I haven't decided what I'm doing on the front yet. But when I open it up, I've got to put some stuff on there. So I've got my photos, which I'm going to, you know, add in due course. And then I've got just little bits of interesting stuff as the way, you know, go through. So I'm going to probably put... that'll be Amazon. So I'm probably going to put a photo on the back of there and, you know, maybe some letters or something. I haven't quite decided, but we've got a little pocket here, remember? So I could put a photo in there, or I could make a little tag to go in there. We've got a pocket here that I can make some tags to go in. We've got a pocket here that I can make a tag to go in. We've got a pocket here that you can make tags to go in. We've got another pocket there, photo spaces, more photo spaces, and more photo spaces there. Okay, now the one thing that I haven't made, which I've got in the other book, which we can do just quickly, just to finish off, is I used some of my papers to make some of these paper ribbons that I really like to make, and also I made a little envelope, okay, which I've just used a big paper clip to slip in there. So I've made a little envelope here with a little tag to go in there. So I'll show you how I did that, because it was dead simple. And then other than that, it's just a case of, you know, making up little tags just to go in pockets, you know, putting our photos down, sticking them down, making things to go, you know, in pockets here and there, and then just finishing off our book. So, paper ribbons and books, these little envelopes. I'm just trying to think how I've made that. Oh, okay, right. So, let's find some paper that I've got left. I did have some, didn't I? I had a book full. What have I done with it? Where's my paper all gone? Oh, there it is. Right, so if I fold over the top of the pocket like that, I can then measure what size I need to cut out to be the front. So that's 3 by 3.5, say. So let's cut that out. So say 3 . 3 . 3 . 3 . 3 . 3 . 3 . 3 . 3 . 3 . 3 . 3 . 3 . 3 . 3 . 3 . 3 . 3 . 3 . 3 . 3 . 3 . 3 . 3 . 3 . 3 . 3 . 3 . 3 . 3 . 3 . 3 . 3 . 3 . 3 . 3 . 3 . 3 . 3 . 3 . 3 . 3 . 3 . 3 . 3 . 3 . 3 . 3 . 3 . 3 . 3 . 3 . 3 . 3 . 3 . 3 . 3 . 3 . 3 . 3 . 3 . 3 . 3 . 3 . 3 . 3 . 3 . 3 . 3 . 3 . 3 . 3 . 3 . 3 . 3 . 3 . 3 . 3 . 3 . 3 . 3 . 3 . 3 . 3 . 3 . 3 . 3 . 3 . 3 . 3 . 3 . 3 . 3 . 3 . 3 . 3 . by 3.5, and that will go on there. Actually, I'm going to cut that down a bit. Let's do it 3 by 3. So if I sew that on there now, that's going to fold over and give me a nice little sort of a pocket. And then the paper ribbons that I made were simply things like, she says, can't find them. These stripes that we've got, you know, the stripy bits. And I cut those down. Then all I did was fold them into a sort of a concertina shape. It doesn't have to be, what's the word I want? Done, you know, perfectly. And if you just sew that down, that'll give you a little bit of interest, a little bit of a paper ribbon that you can use. So I'm just folding it on itself like a kind of a concertina. And I'm going to get this back out now. And first of all, I'm going to sew this together. And I'm going to sew around the top as well. So I'm hoping you'll be able to see what I'm doing on the sewing machine. To get another couple of stitches. So now I'm going to grab the front bit and I'm just going to slip that on. And now sew round it. Okay, so let's just tie these ends off. So now I've got my little pocket with its folded over top, and I can decorate that up, and I can just use a paper clip just to clip it into my book somewhere. Okay, so they're quite good. Hi, Anne.
Adam.
Oh, Adam. Hi, Adam. I wasn't listening. Sorry.
Oh, no.
Hi, Adam. So that's just how you can make a little sort of a pocket that you just, you know, clip in with a paper clip. Just gives it a bit of added interest. Now, with regard to these paper ribbons that I mentioned, all I'm going to do is just sew down them. Straight down the middle, which is going to be easier said than done with the bit that I've got missing off here, but still. In fact, this might actually be nigh on impossible. I must have done... No, I didn't do the others on my big machine, did I? I don't know. Yes, that didn't sound good. Yeah, you probably need to make sure your sewing machine's in good working order before you do this. But anyway, I've just sewn right down the middle, so I've got a little bit of a paper ribbon, which is all squished at the back. But anyway, but you get the idea, and then you can just do things like this to build up your book. So, as far as I'm concerned, I'm going to finish this off, decide what I'm going to do on the front, find somewhere to pop my...
Adam, reckons your finger's rather close to that needle.
I haven't sewn it yet, but you never know. So I've got some nice big paper clips here, so I can use my paper clip just to pop that on there. And I'm just going to build my book up. I'm going to put in the photos. I'm going to find some words that I've got cut out somewhere, and I'm going to make a few tags and just pop those in the book, and then I'll take some photos for you and hopefully put that in the group tonight. So I hope you've enjoyed making this, and it's a bit different to what we normally do, but I do like to do something a bit different now and again. So that's the little Dinky Sewn mini, and I hope you've enjoyed it. And I'm really excited to see what you guys do with it.
It's been a much better night than last night.
It has, because we've had some nice company. So tomorrow we've got our last whimsical wallet in crafting together. I will finish off the Valentine's book, so you should be able to see that tomorrow. And then I'll see you in crafting together next Friday for that. So next Wednesday we are starting the recipe book. So kits should be with you by next Wednesday. If they're not, we'll just put it back a week. I'm sure I can find something to do with you next week. In fact, actually, I've got a couple of ideas for that. So we'll do class next Wednesday anyway. So thanks ever so much for joining us. Thank you so much for all your kind wishes yesterday. It was a bit fraught, but we really appreciate it. And we'll see you all tomorrow, hopefully. Otherwise, next Wednesday. Take care, everybody. Bye.
Oh.